In this video, I'm going to show you how I went from this mess of a tabletop for my radial arm saw to this ultimate tabletop with a whole integrated jig system for making mitered cuts. So I picked up this saw for 50 bucks and the saw runs great. There's nothing wrong with it. The only problem I had was the top was beat to heck. Cut in all kinds of angles. The fence was chewed up, couldn't get any kind of zero clearance, so I decided to build a new top. And I had three key things that I wanted to make sure I got done in this. First was functionality. I didn't want to have to be cutting angles all over the place, so I had to come up with a system that allowed me to get angle cuts while maintaining the blade at 90 degrees to the fence. The second piece of that was I needed to have some kind of a stop block system so that I could get repeatable cuts of boards all the same size. The next thing that was important to me was making sure it was durable. I want the top to last. I don't put TTracks in here so I can replace the whole top every time this gets chewed up. So the center section here has to be removable and replaceable. The third thing is appearance. I'm a hobbyist. I take pride in my shop and having things look nice. I spend a lot of time out here, and you'll notice that I have a lot of walnut trimmed accents on a lot of my shop furniture. So that's where we're at. So let's take a walk through. I'll show you all the features and functions of this tabletop. And if you're looking for a detailed build, step by step on how I actually built this, you can click the link up here and I'll share that build with you. I'll also put the link in the description. This top is pretty beefy. It's 2 inches thick, and I made the top out of 2 layers of 3/4 inch MDF, and then the top layer is 1/2 inch MDF. Using 1/2 inch MDF on the top allowed me for two things. First, the removable panel is held in by these screws, and I can remove the 6 screws around this piece, remove it and replace it with a standard piece of 1/2 inch MDF once it gets cut up. Second, I left a 1/2 inch thick gap in the back by not putting the panel all the way across the back, so the blade has some free spinning space here, so that when I start to saw up, it's not touching the surface and trying to track forward. Edge banding was important as well because MDF corners aren't that strong and they're prone to damage, so I used some walnut on the edges. It's 5/16 of an inch thick. It finishes up nice, and then it just makes the piece more attractive looking. I also sealed the top surface with 4 coats of homemade shellac just to keep it from any moisture getting on it and damaging it, and just to kind of finish it off and protect it. Since I don't plan on pivoting the arm to make any angle cuts, I attached a TTrack to the top of the fence that includes a stop block that I integrated over here. And then I also put 2 TTracks in the surface to hold my angle jig, which I'll show you in a second, and then one on the right hand side too for holding longer pieces down if necessary, or future expansion of other jigs. Now for the coolest part of this. Here's the jig that I made, and what you do is you hook it into the TTrack, and as you can see here, it slides right up against the fence. This is a 45-degree angle. Tighten it in. I also have a 22.5 degree, and you can make whatever angles you want, right? But this allows me to then take a piece of wood, slide it right up against here, and make a cut. So let's show you what that's like. Perfect 45 degree. If you're interested in how I make these jigs, I'll put a link up here and in the description. I got a short video that shows how I made these as well. So there you have it. Might be a little bit extreme for a tabletop for a radial arm saw, but I'm a hobbyist, so this is not a production shop. It's not going to take the kind of abuse that it would for someone who's doing this for a living. So I hope you enjoyed this video. and this overview of this tabletop. And if you do, please give me that like, that thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button so you can view more content on my channel.